No one can break you anymore. The psychology of becoming untouchable. The question that changes everything. There was once a person who trusted deeply, who loved without walls, who gave without measuring. And then, one day, life struck them in the most unexpected way. A betrayal, a rejection, a loss. And they asked themselves a question you may have asked yourself too. Why do I keep getting hurt? Why does everyone seem to have the power to break me? If you've ever felt that way, if you've ever felt like the world had too much power over your emotions, then this video is for you. Because today, we're going to talk about something powerful. Something that Carl Jung, one of the greatest psychologists of all time, understood more than a century ago. The truth is, no one can break you anymore. Not if you understand what I'm about to share with you. Why we feel so easily broken. Let's start with a question. Have you ever noticed how some people seem completely unbothered by what others say or do, while others feel shattered by the smallest criticism? Carl Jung had a word for this. He called it the shadow, the hidden, unhealed parts of ourselves that we refuse to look at. These are the wounds we carry from childhood, from relationships, from failures we never fully processed. When someone hurts us and we feel completely broken by it, Jung would say, they didn't break you. They touched a wound that was already there. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. This is not about blame. This is about awareness. The people who hurt you in the past, they left marks. And every time someone new comes along and presses those marks, it feels like a fresh wound. But it isn't. It's an old one. And here is the most important thing you will hear today. You cannot become unbreakable until you face what already broke you. The story of the mirror and the mountain. Let me tell you a story. Imagine two people standing at the base of a great mountain. Both of them have been hurt deeply. Both of them carry the same weight of pain, the same history of betrayal, the same scars. The first person looks at the mountain and says, every time I climb, something pushes me down. I am cursed. The world is against me. And so they sit at the base, safe but frozen. Every harsh wind feels like a personal attack. Every storm feels like the mountain hates them. The second person looks at the same mountain. They have been knocked down too, many times. But one day they made a decision. They stopped asking, why is this happening to me? And started asking, what is this teaching me? They began to climb, not because the mountain became easier, but because they became stronger. They learned to move with the wind instead of fighting it. They learned that the storm was not their enemy. It was their teacher. The mountain never changed, but the climber did, and that made all the difference. This is what Jung called individuation, the process of becoming fully yourself. Not the version the world broke down, but the version that rose from those broken pieces with wisdom, with depth, with unshakable inner strength. The three pillars of becoming untouchable. So how do you actually get there? How do you reach a place where nothing and no one can truly break you? Jung's psychology gives us three powerful pillars. Pillar 1, know your shadow. The parts of you that you fear, that you hide, that you are ashamed of, those are the parts that make you vulnerable. Not because they are weak, but because they are unexamined. Start looking inward. Journaling, therapy, meditation, these are not luxuries. They are armor. When you know your wounds, no one can use them as weapons against you. Pillar 2, stop needing their approval. Jung believed that one of the greatest traps of the human mind is the desperate need for external validation. When your sense of worth lies inside someone else's opinion of you, you hand them the power to destroy you with a single sentence. But when your worth comes from within, when you have done the inner work, their words simply do not land the same way. You can hear criticism without crumbling. You can hear rejection without unraveling. Pillar 3, make peace with pain. This does not mean becoming numb. It does not mean becoming cold. It means understanding that pain is a signal, not a sentence. Every time you've been hurt, you were given information about what you value, about what you need, about who you truly are beneath all the noise. I'm not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. The transformation, when you become the mountain. There comes a moment in every person's journey, a quiet, invisible moment where something shifts. It doesn't happen all at once. It builds slowly, like a callus over a wound, like roots spreading beneath the ground before the tree is even visible. One day, someone says something that would have destroyed you a year ago, and you feel it, you notice it, but it does not consume you. You breathe, you observe, you move on. That is not indifference. That is mastery. That is what it means to be untouchable. Not that you feel nothing, but that what you feel no longer controls you. You have become the mountain. The storms still come. The winds still blow. But you're not moved by them the way you once were. People who have done this inner work carry something rare, a quiet confidence that doesn't need to announce itself. They are gentle but unshakable, open but not easily wounded. They can love deeply without losing themselves. They can trust again without becoming naive. They have been through the fire, and instead of being burned, they were forged. It starts today. I want to leave you with this. The people who hurt you are not your destiny. The pain you carry is not your identity. And the version of you that feels broken right now, that is not the final version of you. Carl Jung spent his entire life studying the human soul. And what he found again and again was this: the wound is not the end. The wound is the beginning of wisdom. You have survived everything life has thrown at you so far. Every single thing. And that means something. It means you are far stronger than you have ever given yourself credit for. Do the inner work. Face your shadow. Release the need for approval. Make peace with your pain. And one day, not too far from now, you will look back at everything that tried to break you, and you will smile. Because none of it did. No one can break you anymore. Because you finally understand the only person who ever had that power was you. And now, you're taking it back. If this message touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And don't forget to subscribe, because every week, we bring you stories and psychology that help you become the strongest version of yourself.